name is Haley, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm a junior here at Hillcrest. So Nessa Fox is one of my absolute closest friends. And I have to say I was a little surprised when she asked me to write her senior speech. Just kidding, we've literally had this planned for like, I don't know, a year. She's definitely the most fun, adventurous, animal and motocross loving friend that I have. I absolutely can't imagine my high school experience without her, not only because was she my ride 99% of the time, but because we made some of the best memories over the past few years. I found out pretty early on that Nessa was not a physical touch kind of person, which meant she was not the biggest fan of hugs. Obviously, this was something that we had to help her get over. So Nessa and I can say that we made a lot of progress over the years, and I know that you will miss my hugs. When I think about it, Nessa and I really only became good friends towards the end of my sophomore year, although it seriously feels like I've known her my entire life. This only means that next year is going to be extremely tough. Like, it hurts me to think that I'm going to pull into the Hillcrest parking lot and not see your little blue Ford Lassie parked in your spot. Like, that just can't be real. Even just walking through the halls and not hearing you yell, "Hey Bill, do you want to skip the rest of your classes and just go to the beach with me?" Which, obviously, I never did. Like, it's just so crazy we're never going to be able to do that again. Like, I can't imagine going off campus and you not being in the driver's seat. You and off-campus lunches taught me how to order the large instead of a small, which I regretted every time because I could never finish a large, and we both knew this. I also would like to formally apologize for making you wait for me to finish my food, because I may or may not have the tendency to eat on the slow side, but hey, give us more time to talk. One of the things that I've learned from Nessa is how incredible God's timing is when placing people in your life, and I think we can both agree that his timing was pretty perfect. Friends are so unbelievably important, especially during high school. And finding good, solid friends you can both have a blast with, but who will also climb down into that hole with you when you're hurting are extremely rare, which is why you're so special. Not only have we made so many incredible memories, like my list of inside jokes is kind of insane, but we've also cried a bit, but got through it every time with iced coffee and some Maverick City. I love to look back and remember all we did at the beginning of this school year. It was most definitely one of the best times in my life. You could catch Nessa and I at the beach almost every day with our boards. We would crank up the country music, roll down the windows, and no matter what, we would get boba afterwards. It's kind of awkward, believe it or not, ordering food with a wetsuit half on. The best was when we would stay late and the sun would begin to set and we would be sitting on our boards in the water. It sounds amazing, but in reality, you're freezing cold and then it gets windy and the wind starts to hit your cold, wet body. So I remember just being freezing cold to the point where I was shaking, just wanting to leave, and Nessa was over there like, "Don't you want to just stay and go night surfing?" Even though her feet were actually white from the lack of circulation. One time we were all at the beach and Nessa's truck had a flat tire, which we didn't realize until it was really late and we were about to leave. We had to call a tow truck and we all chilled in the dark until AAA got there. It seemed like something you wouldn't want to happen, but is actually so much fun. We were all entertained by Vaughn dancing in the street with his speaker because it was so late that there were no cars on the road. And when I tell you it was one of the funniest things I have ever seen, I'm not lying, it was hilarious. And when we discovered that drive-in movie theater in Santa Barbara, it was over. We would have gone every night if we could have. We wanted to go so bad, and they were showing The Jungle Book, which is such a good movie, so we decided to go. On our way up, we stopped at the gas station, picked up some snacks, then we were set. I'm really going to miss those trips. One experience that I was able to share with Ness this past year was the Powder Puff football game, which was a new event here at Hillcrest. I think I can speak for the both of us when I say it was most definitely one of the highlights of the school year. When we both looked at the roster and realized we were on the same team, I think we both knew that we were going to destroy. We both really wanted to play a sport together this year, but we could not be more opposites in which sports we would prefer to play. I tried to get Nessa to play volleyball or basketball, and she wanted me to do track with her. So the Powder Puff game was such a blessing for us. Also, can I just say that our nicknames were kind of the best? Nessa Swiper the Fox and Haley the Quill Rankin, just too classic. Also, I'd like to say that I had no say in my nickname. Nessa picked it for me when I wasn't there. Anyways, by the end of the game, we were both so scraped and bruised up, and we were comparing whose were worse. Vanessa even cleaned me up when we got home and told me to hold still while she put a bandage over my bleeding arm, which, let me tell you, was extremely painful. But worth it because the Great Whites took the win. And now we have matching scars. So if that's not true friendship, I don't know what is. That game was so much fun. Nessa, I think I can speak for the majority of our junior class when I say that you are our second mother. When anyone needed a ride home, you were always willing to drive, even when it was late and you'd much rather be at home watching Criminal Minds. You always made sure we had enough food when I was over, and always remembered to bring snacks to our beach trip, always made sure everyone's wearing their seatbelts when you were driving, not because you ever drove too fast or anything, but just because it was safe. One of the privileges that I had being your friend was able to see firsthand how the Lord was so evidently moving in your life. I've loved watching your faith and relationship in Jesus grow, and I'm so excited to see how he works in your life when you go off to college. My prayer for you is that you will always remain close to Jesus no matter who the Lord brings in or out of your life, and no matter what the people around you are saying or doing. Always remember that his timing is perfect and his plans for you are far greater than yours. Proverbs 19:20-21 says, Listen to advice, accept instruction, that you may gain wisdom in the future. Many are the plans in the minds of men, but the purpose of the Lord that will stand. To end, I just want to say to Nessa that I'm so incredibly proud of you and the beautiful person that you are. I pray that you'll find amazing new friends, maybe ones who can get you to stop biting your nails, and who will be uplifting, but most importantly, help strengthen you and your relationship in Christ. I obviously don't want to see you go because I can't imagine my senior year without you, especially when I look back and see that you're such a huge part in it. But I know you're going to absolutely destroy college and it's going to be a blast. I love you so much, Nessa.